everybody, welcome to the ThaRealJennyC vlog. Today I'm going to talk about 7 different ways that anyone can save money. I'm going to get right into it. Number 1 is know what your financial goals are. Set an intention in your head. Like for instance, if you've been here before, you know that we are moving from upstate New York to Florida. So for us, that's our goal currently. Now, your goal may be that you're trying to buy a house or pay down debt or pay off, your car loan early or buy a new car. Whatever that goal is, just like anything in life, you need to know where you're going in order to find the best way of getting there. So make sure that you know what your financial goals are. 2, if you live at your means, you will never have savings. It's sort of a frightening thought, right? But it's true. It is so hard to break out of the, paycheck to paycheck cycle. We're struggling with it ourselves. It's so easy to, day before payday rolls around and you got $150 in the bank or whatever it is. You say, well, payday's tomorrow. You want to just order out dinner. Or, let's buy the baby the toy because we can afford it this week or whatever. But you can't because that money is your savings. So that's going to bring me to point number 3. Set a budget and stick to it. When I say set a budget, I mean that part is your savings. That's one of 3 things you're going to want to budget. Number 1, pay your bills. If you don't pay your bills and you figure that's the way I can save money, I just can't afford it this week, you're going to hurt yourself in the long run because you're going to have interest charges, late payments, all of that, and it will eventually just drown you. So be very certain and careful to always pay your bills on time, early if you can. But budget that, number 1. Number 2 in your budget is the everyday things that you need. And it's very blurry lines sometimes to figure out what you want and what you need. But when I say need, I mean you need gas to get to work. You need food to feed your family, which food is one of the easy things to save money on. And I'll talk about that a little bit more later. And 3, you need savings. So those are your 3 things for your budget. Pay your bills, day-to-day expenses, food, gas, toilet paper, toiletries, savings. That's your budget. You gotta stick to it. I know, and challenge yourself, because I know on a bad week, if, something comes up and you have rent to pay, there's been weeks when we've made $50 stretch all week. There's other weeks when I'll go Wegmans 4 times for something I need, and I'll spend, $50 3 of those times and $100 or so one of those times. That gets pretty steep pretty quick. And I guess I'll go into that a little bit right now. As far as food and entertainment are the 2 easiest things to save money on. A couple ideas there is when you do shop, since it's in your budget now and you gotta stick to your numbers, make a list and stick to it. When you make a list first, it's easy for 1 to go, and it's another point too, do apps, do rewards cards. If you shop somewhere a lot and they offer a credit card that has extra incentives, get it. Just make sure you pay it on time. Like, I'll probably talk more later. I work at Kohl's. You can actually pay your Kohl's charge right on the spot. You can go, you can use your coupon, buy your stuff, and you can turn around and pay right at the register with a debit card or with cash. So do it. It's worth the coupon. It's worth the savings if you're going to pay it and stay up on it. If you're not going to and you're going to get killed in interest charges and late payments, don't do it. But if you can, keep on it like that, do it. It's worth the savings. Always try and work those, coupons, apps, rewards cards, all that. They do that as a way to give you incentives, but they also do it because they know some of you won't do it. And then they can still offer a good deal and you won't take them up on it. Well, call their bluff and take them up on it. So different things with that too. When you do make a list, don't buy a bunch of junky stuff. It's funny actually too when I think about budgeting and financial stuff. So often, strangely enough, your waistline and your bottom line very often coincide. So it's healthier and cheaper to eat at home. Make a budget for groceries, not eating out. And when you do, buy things that are versatile. For one, use the stuff in your pantry. For two, if you have fresh foods, perishables, they're going to go bad. Come up, if you got veggies or fruit, come up, put them in the freezer. If you have meat, put it in the freezer. Bring it back out another time. Or cook it, make jam and put it away. Make casseroles, throw them in the freezer for nights you don't want to cook. Use your crock pot. I use my crock pot all the time. It is, you can buy breakfast for 2 people for $10 in fast food. You can spend $10 on a family pack of chicken and, put it with mashed potatoes one night. You can season it up another night for, burritos. You can make soup with it. You can use those leftovers every bit, and it's easy. Buy versatile stuff. Buy eggs. Buy, meats and vegetables that transition well for several meals. Buy rice, buy beans, buy eggs, stuff like that. Cheese. You can use that stuff in 20 different meals and every one will be great. So, challenge yourself to use the stuff in the pantry. I remember years ago, a friend of mine had moved and all they really had was like butter and flour and eggs. I made them quiche. You don't need a lot of ingredients to make a good meal. You just need imagination and, the world just hits you in all directions with information. Use it, look up what you can do with those ingredients. Find a cool recipe. Try something new. But, buy versatile ingredients. Don't spend a ton. Go buy your milk, buy your bread, buy your cheese. Stick to the outside aisles in the grocery store because that's where the stuff you need is. When you get into those middle aisles, unless you're going for coffee and spices, which I am a fan of, stick to the basics because they will see you through and they will keep you on your budget. So, let's see. All right, I think we are on to our next point, which is have a contingency fund. Every budget needs a contingency fund because life needs a contingency fund. There's always going to be something. If you're a homeowner, maybe your water heater will go. If you're a car owner and you don't have a new car with, the guarantees and lifetime work that goes with that, something's always going to go on a car. I just had my car actually this week. It had broke, and I actually thought I was going to need a new transmission or a new catalytic converter, and I thought I was going to have to make a hard choice about whether to have the work done or try and replace it somehow. But another point I want to make is network, communicate. Always find, this is actually my next point too, always try and come up and brainstorm new ideas for financial problems. For us, our solution a while ago when we had other car issues was to network. There's a local Facebook page, and I think I talked about this before, where you can ask people for recommendations around your area for mechanics. Or usually, if you don't know someone personally who maybe does work on cars, who also probably could use the money, make a little money on the side and give you a big savings from taking it to a regular shop. Usually a friend of a friend will. Or maybe, do like we did, ask for recommendations. We got a great shop. We actually just solved the problem. I guess it was a clogged catalytic converter. $65, problem solved, car works great. So always come up with a new way to solve your financial problems. Don't just always go with the easiest thing, which is going to be the hardest financially. Always try and brainstorm a easier way. So let's see. I forget everything. It's been a rough day with the baby. So I am checking my notes here. Another good thing too, another one of my points is challenge yourself. Make a plan to give something up. For me, I am actually giving up Starbucks. I know, my beloved Starbucks. Can you believe it? Don't you dare. So, it's expensive. Again, it's not good for the waistline. It's not good for the bottom line. I'm cutting it. My husband is getting rid of soda. It's cheaper for less than $5. You can buy, there's True Lemon packets, which is been using a couple squeezes of lemon and end up throwing it out. Which it's not fake, it's real, like crystallized lemon. You can get those. You can get, there's all sorts of little drops and powders and whatever for water. So you can do that if you want something flavored. Me, I like, in place of my Starbucks, I love iced tea. I love regular hot coffee. I'm just going to do that and save the money. Same with the pop. He's going to get water and do flavors. It's good for the waistline. It's good for the bottom line. But whatever your thing is, if you have a gym membership, and especially if you don't use it, all the time, I have on Facebook, I'm not sure if she's on YouTube or not, but I am subscribed on Facebook to her, Leanne Elred Fitness, I believe it is. Leanne Elred Fitness, yeah. She does all these cool exercise videos. They're free, and they don't use any service. She just uses herself. Once in a while, she'll use like kitchen towels to help slide her hands or her feet on the floor, but she really only uses her own body strength for all of her exercises. And her testimony of how great they work is enough because she's in amazing shape. But she always has these cool workout videos pretty much every day. There's a million with the internet. There's so many different free fitness videos out there that don't require anything. And if you really want to do weights or whatever, buy them used. But, get on Craigslist or whatever. There's always someone that got the workout, machines or whatever and didn't use them, and now they're selling them at a discount. Go that route. You'll pay it once, it'll be done, the money's gone, but you get to keep it, and it's not going to be a recurring fee like a fitness a gym membership would be. So whatever your thing is, there's always ways to save money. If you find yourself going to the salon, getting your hair done, your nails done, maybe not every time, but at least here and there, supplement that by doing your nails at home, coloring your hair at home. I've had mine done in the salon, I've done my own at home. It's not a big difference. I mean, there's probably a learning curve if you aren't used to doing it yourself, but get a friend to help you and point out spots you might have missed. You'll be fine. Save the money. So that's another point. Let's see. Another thing too, the flip side of that is minimalism. That's something I'm trying to embrace now with trying to figure out how to get all our stuff to Florida. Minimalism. It's so good. I've talked about it before. It's so good and so liberating to free yourself of unnecessary stuff. But it's also good for the pocketbook. You have so much stuff. Your kids have so much stuff that they aren't using. Sell it. Get rid of it. Have the space in your home for stuff you really do love. and have a little extra bulge in your wallet from, getting rid of it. It's a beautiful thing. Another thing too, a point I want to make, it's another one of my key points, is 30-day rule for purchases. And it goes with another point which I've always preached, is the 30-day rule is if you want a big purchase, say it's an iPad or a fancy gadget, give it 30 days. See if you're still obsessed with it. If you are, put it on your list of goals, figure out how to get it. If it's not, you didn't need it. For smaller purchases, I would say give it a couple days instead. If you see something in the grocery store that you don't really need but you want, give it a couple days. If you're still thinking about it, go back and get it. But most likely you won't. You'll forget about it by the time you hit the parking lot. You'll have saved yourself $5 or whatever it was. Steal my notes. So that's important. The other side of that, which I'm always preaching about, is when you do purchase things, if you aren't in love with it, and this is especially the case with buying clothes, and even household items like decor stuff, if you are not in love with it, don't buy it. Because it won't grow to be your favorite. It won't be I must have it. Aww. There you go. So, if you're in love with it, don't buy it. You'll save yourself money in the long run, because it's, if it's not a favorite at the beginning, it's not going to be a favorite at the end. So, what else do I have for you? Yeah, another thing too with the giving up stuff, that kind of transitions into the point of give up bad behaviors, bad spending behaviors. If you are a retail therapy person, which most of us are at least at one point or another, give up those habits. Look at the things that you spend money on and the times that you spend money on them. Look at, you can, write notes when you go and buy stuff, or you can just keep a good eye on your bank statements, however you want to do it, but really examine where you spend money and where you lose money, and change those habits. Those habits led you to debt, or they led you to not have savings. Look at those and change those behaviors. So let me see. Oh yeah, I talked a little bit about groceries. I didn't really touch base on entertainment. Entertainment's the other place that you can really save a lot of money, because it's not in the need pile, it's in the want pile. We have 4 kids, so it is very easy to take them all out to Adventure Landing or Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. But kids, I've said it before, they want time with you more than that. So go for picnics, go for walks. Instead of using gas, take the baby out for a drive in the car when she's antsy. Take her for a walk around the block. She'll have more fun. She can learn. You can play little games about, pick out 5 different types of animals. A squirrel, a bird, whatever, an ant, whatever. Make it a learning experience. Take the big kids on a picnic. Let them build forts in the living room with pillows and blankets, and rent them a red box. Just make sure you return it the next day. Don't get jammed up with extra fees because you didn't get back on time. Instead of having a kid's birthday party, let them have a party at home instead of having it somewhere else where it's going to be expensive. Let them invite a couple of kids over to the house, make something they'll like. If you absolutely have to, find a great deal on a sheet pizza, rent them a red box. But just let, the best thing to do with kids is time. So, utilize the resources that are available. Go rent stuff at the library. Take them to the library. Maybe they have a reading, hour there. She is in a mood today, I'm telling you. She's in a mood today. So, Just really examine the resources that you use, because there's always a cheaper way. It goes back to that principle. Always, always find a solution. Whether it's a big thing or a little thing, find a solution for any financial problems that's out there. Another thing, too, with video games. If your kids play video games, instead of getting them something they're going to finish in an hour. Oh, yeah, like your brother plays. Buy them used games. If you get them at GameStop or whatever. Yeah, you go there with them sometimes. See if they'd be into quest games. They're going to last longer, or that have good resale value. Buy them used, have them take them right back, and, turn in for a store credit and get more used games. There's just so many ways that we lose money without needing to. So I feel like I had about a million other things to talk about, but my little buddy is not really feeling it today, so I'm going to stop it right there. But I'll be back with more money saving tips. I have a bunch of other information, follow-up stuff about our trip to Florida. So I'll be getting back to you guys that too. Also, I promised you guys a review of the back joy that I used on the way to Florida. So I promise that's coming too. But thanks for tuning in today, guys. Let me know too how you guys are saving money. So I'm always looking for new ideas. So drop a comment. Let me know what you guys are up to and how you guys are saving money out there. Keep using the apps like I told you guys about Ibotta and Shopkick and all that. Let me know if you guys want any good ones too. Let's save some money together and stay on the journey with me. Drop a like if you like this video. Share it with your friends or your people. And yeah, subscribe for more. Alright, have a great day, guys. Be blessed.